Hey y'all, this is CeeCeeG. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something new today. We're going to be making our own apple cider vinegar from scratch. That's right. You can learn it. It's very easy process to do. And it does take a little time for the apples and the vinegar to cure and things, but I'll show you the process as we go along. Before you get started, you want to take your apples in a big pot or bowl and put some water in it and vinegar because you want to clean off any grime or wax that are on the apples. You can use like white distilled vinegar. I have this brand from BJ's, or any brand, doesn't matter which one you use. You can pour some into the bowl or pot. Okay guys, so before I get started, I just want to talk about apple cider and the health benefits it provides you. You can use apple cider vinegar in your tea. You can also use it in your hair. It makes a very good conditioner. It makes your hair shinier and cleaner. You also can use it for digestion problems. If you have problems with your stomach, there's so many uses, and apple cider has been around for many generations. It's like a natural medicine. Some people use it to lose weight, to lose drop a couple pounds or what have you. But it has many very uses. So before we get started, I'm going to show you what I have. So as you can see, I have the apples and we're going to cut those up. You can put it in a bowl, pot, whatever you have, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're also going to need a gallon size jar. I purchased this on Amazon, and I'll make sure that I post it in the comments in the description so that you can access the same product. You get two. I think I paid about $26 or $28 for two 1 gallon of jars. So, but they're not cheap because, I'm glad I found that one because it was the least expensive, but these are good jars. Next thing you're going to need, of course, is your cutting board, a wooden spoon or some type of thing, spatula or spoon, so you can stir it up. You're going to need a knife. You're also going to need 1 cup of sugar. This is what helps do the fermenting process. And then you're going to need, as you can see here, I have a pitcher full of filtered water. You can only use clean filtered water, no tap water. And make sure that if you have like a water filter, you can use that to filter your water, but make sure that it's filtered water. Okay, and also you're going to need like a t-shirt material, not cheesecloth. You're going to use like a rubber band to close it off because it has to sit for a minute before you drain the apples. So I cut one of my t-shirts. An old t-shirt is the best material. So I'll show you that process as we go along. Okay, so now first we're going to do is we're going to cut these apples. You can put the whole apple in this. The seeds, the stem, the whole apple goes in it. And see, it's nothing like your own products because you know what you put into it. I also use Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I love that as well, but I just wanted to make my own. And I also want to learn how to ferment other foods because they're healthy and they have healthy bacteria in them. And they last a long time. They have a long shelf life. So it's up to you. You can cut them in half or you can cut them in 4s. You can just do it. Figure it out yourself. So I'm going to continue to cut these apples. And if you have vision problems, make sure you have your glasses on. And if you're underage, make sure you have an adult or a guardian to supervise you. And you can have a variation of apples. It doesn't have to just be red apples or green apples. Just get it like a variation of apples. Okay, so now I have all the apples cut up that I'm going to use for this apple cider vinegar. So the next thing you're going to need is the jar. It's a nice glass jar. And the apples that you just cut up, you're going to take them, you can fill them about halfway or 3/4 of the way up. And I think I cut out like about 8 or 9 apples. It depends on the size of your apples. And I love apples. My favorite is the Fuji apples because they're so good. So we're about up there. Let's just shake them around a little bit. I have a little bit. Some of them going to become my snack in a minute. Okay, so I have my apples filled up about 3/4 of the way. The next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to use some organic cane sugar, and you're going to take a cup of this and put in a jar. Do not use the sugar that you have that you purchase from the grocery store that's got all kind of stuff in it. So you want to use the organic pure cane sugar. Put in the jar. Okay. The next thing you want to do is you want to get your filtered water, and you're going to fill it all the way up to just about right here at the top. You don't want it to go up because you have to stir this, okay? And I have all my water filtered. Let me see where it is. Okay, so now you can see all the apples are inside with the filtered water and the sugar. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your wooden spoon or whatever utensil you have available to you, and you're going to stick it inside the jar. And do your best to stir it. I know it's a little tricky because there's so many apples in here. But you don't want the sugar sediment to fall to the bottom of the jar. So now I'm going to do my best and just kind of put that in there, agitate it a little bit. Just move this spoon around. You're going to have to learn how to make some things by scratch the natural way, because you can't trust everything they're putting in our food, if you get my drift. So just try to agitate it the best you can at the bottom. You see me struggling trying to get this spoon and spatula. I should have used the spoon. I couldn't find it, so I just grabbed what I could find. Okay, so I'm trying to get it down here, and it's moving around at the bottom. Oh, okay. So I think that's good. You can use your judgment how much you want to stir. Okay, so then the next step is you're going to want to take your t-shirt cloth and put it on top of here, because you don't want a material that's too thin, because you don't want fruit flies. You don't need that. Okay, and so you're going to cover it up like this, like that. And then you're going to take your rubber band. I have a big one, so I'm going to double my rubber band, because I want to make sure that it stays on, and it goes like this. You don't have to put the lid on there. It came with the jar, because it's not time for that right now. So you want to make sure it's nice and tight on here. Let me see. Yeah, everything looks good. Okay, so while it's sitting and fermenting, for 2 weeks, I know it's going to be tedious. You're going to have to take it out and take that spoon that you had and stir it around. And make sure you move that sugar from the bottom. You want to keep mixing it every day for 2 weeks. And then you'll just let it sit. After those 2 weeks, another 4 weeks to sit it. Let it sit. And it has to be in like a dark place. Nowhere with a whole lot of light, because you want the fermenting process to begin. And I will show you what the next process is in a future video. Hey guys, it's CeeCeeG. I decided to come on here because I had so many apples left over from making the apple cider vinegar. My daughter has a bunny, and I usually dehydrate apple slices. I core them, and when you do this, you core them, you add water and lemon juice so that the apples won't turn brown. So I'm just showing you what I do. Okay, so I went on and stacked up all these apples in my dehydrator. So I'm going to also pull out my Ninja air fryer, because I can dehydrate in that, because I still have a lot left. So I know my daughter's rabbit Lolo is going to have a field day when he gets these apples. Guys, so I have the Ninja air fryer going too. So this takes about 11 to 12 hours, so it'll go all night. If you like this video, you know what to do. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching, and you all have a blessed week. God bless. Peace.